Good morning to all and welcome to the session, the Hindu Editorial Analysis for Proficiency in English. Today's editorial is all about the opposition meet in partner. Any editorial like this will have a broad framework like why do they meet, what are the objectives, how do they want to achieve their objectives, what are the problems they're going to face, and based on the stand taken by the editorial, whether these objectives can be justified or cannot be justified, what should be the actual objectives. This is a broad framework. And let us start the session with editorial vocabulary. Today, from this editorial, not too many words, and a lot of words are familiar words. The very first one, tenets, though we got once or twice, it is an important word. It goes with effective English. Tenet, singular, tenets, plural. Part of speech, noun. One of the principles on which a belief or theory is based. So, tenets means the principles, ethics, values on which a particular belief or theory or a particular ideology is based. That is an important word. A rivalry we have got many a time, part of speech noun, a situation in which people, businesses, etc., compete with each other for the same thing. A rival, he is my rival, they are my rivals, a typical sentence pattern or example. And rival is also a noun, but it goes with a person. And rivalry is also a noun, it goes with the situation. A run up, it's a phrasal verb. Whenever you come across an editorial related to elections, you think of this phrasal verb as well. A run up phrasal verb, the final period of time before an important event. 2024 elections are going to take place, and the final period, 2023, obviously, the final period of time before an important event. What is the important event in the context of the editorial? 2024 elections. And this is a run up for that. Forefront, we have got many a time, part of speech noun, the most noticeable or important position. Forefront, to lead or to be in the front position. Credibility also we have got, but a different form. Credible means what? Believable. Opposite, incredible. Credibility is a noun form. Credible person, credible news, credible information, adjective. But credibility, noun, the fact that someone can be believed or trusted. His credibility is at stake. His credibility has taken a beating. These are the examples usually we give. War cry. It is an idiomatic expression. It can also be a noun, part of speech noun or idiom. We have got for the first time a phrase or word shouted by people as they start to fight, intended to give them the strength and wish to fight harder. Whenever there's a fight or there's a quarrel or they want to go against someone or something, they raise some slogans, words or phrases, and these slogans or phrases or words give the required motivation. And for those expressions, we use the word war cry. Deliberate, intentional, that is different. Deliberations, different. Deliberation, singular, deliberations, plural. Part of speech, noun. Considering or discussing something. Not considering, usually we say, discuss something in detail, ponder over, spend a lot of time. Then we use the term deliberations. Optics, generally it goes with physics, I'm sure you all know. And here a different meaning altogether. The public's opinion and understanding of a situation after seeing it as a media shows it. Something happens and the media projects in a particular way. Then, based on the media projection, the public perceive that particular event. That is known as optics. And the possible political effects of this. Based on the perception, what could be the political effects? Alliance, we have got many a time. And here, a group of countries, political parties, or people who have agreed to work together because of shared interests or aims. Stark, also, we have got adjective. Empty, simple, or obvious, especially without decoration or anything that is not necessary. Bare, you can think of. Study of light, that goes with physics. Introspect, to examine and consider your own ideas, thoughts, and feelings. This is an important word. And what is a noun form? Introspection. Introspection, noun, introspect, verb. Sometimes what happens, you are alone and you wonder, you think whether what you're doing is right or wrong. Then we use the term introspect, an important word. These are the words from today's editorial. Let us see how it starts and how it goes about. Tenets of unity. Tenets means principles on which something is based, a belief or theory. And here related to what? Unity, tenets of unity, principles of unity. And this is all about on the opposition meet in partner. Any editorial needs a stimulus to write the article. What is a stimulus over here? Opposition meet in partner. But after that, the main idea is presented. Opposition parties have little more than rivalry with Bharatiya Janata Party in common. Opposition parties have, it is in present, present tense, it talks about possession, have little more than, this is an important expression, so it is in green. Little, a little, the little, immediately have to become alert and recollect. Little means almost nothing, hardly anything, it has a negative connotation. A little, at least some, and the little, whatever is there or something specific. Here it means nothing in common other than rivalry. You can also say for this idea, opposition parties have nothing more than rivalry. Nothing more than rivalry or little more than rivalry. Both mean the same. With Bharatiya Janata Party in common. So what do they have in common against or with Bharatiya Janata Party? Only one thing, that is rivalry. A rivalry means what? A situation in which people or businesses or parties compete with each other for the same thing. The meeting, see here, whatever you see in green related to grammar, this is a subject, but after that, so many words, and these are phrases of leaders of 15 opposition parties in partner in Bihar on June 23rd. But what is the subject over here? The meeting. The sentence is in present tense. The meeting signals, because it is singular, S has been added. The sentence is in present, affirmative form. Subject is third person singular. We should add S or es to the verb. In the exam, whenever you come across a lengthy sentence or a sentence with the subject, after the subject, a few phrases or a few clauses, you should have the ability to identify and isolate those phrases and clauses. Put those phrases and clauses in brackets and read the sentence, then you'll be able to spot the error. So, how many opposition parties? Where, when? All these phrases talk about how many opposition parties, leaders of how many opposition parties, and where they met, when they met. But the main idea of the sentence, the meeting signals, indicates a new urgency among them to coordinate their campaigns against the BJP in the run up to the 2024 general election. So it signals or it indicates a new urgency among them. Why did they meet? It indicates something. What does it indicate? New urgency among them to coordinate their campaigns or their efforts against the BJP, Bharatiya Janata Party, in the run up to the 2024 general election. There is one important phrasal verb here, a run up. Run up means what? The final period of time before an important event. Elections are fast approaching. 2024, we have elections, and based on that, this time is considered a run up to the 2024 general election. Against the backdrop, this is an important phrase you can also use against the background, against the backdrop, against the background of allegations. We have got so many times. Though it is in red, I have not brought the meaning because we have got many a time. Against the backdrop of allegations that the BJP is misusing state power. So, what are the allegations against the BJP? It is misusing state power to corner the opposition. Why is it misusing? To corner the opposition means to put the opposition in a tight situation. The leaders talked up. This is also a phrasal verb. Talk up means to speak with a lot of enthusiasm. The import of the gathering. This is also an important word. We all know import, export, but here import, it means importance. Talked up, spoke with a lot of enthusiasm about the importance of the gathering. Here, import does not mean the regular meaning of export, import, not related to that. It means the importance of the gathering. For instance, to give an example, Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin termed it a war cry. War cry is a word or a phrase people use while fighting so that they get motivation. War cry of a united opposition for the rebirth of a secular democratic India. So, why is this a war cry? What is a slogan? It is for what? What is objective? For the rebirth. Rebirth, we also use one important word. We use the word resurgency, rebirth of a secular democratic India. Secular is an important word. If you take the preamble, the Constitution of India, you come across the very first preamble. India is a sovereign, socialist, secular, democratic republic. So, secular means what? No official religion. Respect all religions. So, it is a war cry for rebirth of secular democratic India. Two words have been taken from the preamble. One is secular, the other is democratic. In reality, the deliberations, please excuse me, I still have a bad throat and I have to clear quite often, you have to bear with it. In reality, the deliberations, deliberation, part of speech noun, considering or discussing something. But usually we convey the meaning. Serious discussions, we use the word deliberations. Careful, serious discussions or analysis, we use the word deliberations. After much deliberation. So the deliberations were exploratory. They were trying to explore. In reality, though the war cry for rebirth of a secular democratic India, in reality, the deliberations were exploratory. Explore, find out something. And the event was more for optics. The event were in the past was more for in the past optics. Optics in this context means what? The public perception based on the media projection and the political effects of that perception. Optics than devising. Again, you got to be careful. Though we have got many a time, I have it is in red, but I haven't brought the meaning because we have got many a time. DEVICE, that is a noun. DEVISC is a verb. To come out with a plan or a proper plan after careful consideration using your innovativeness or creativity, devising any common strategy. The recent victory of the Congress against the BJP in the Karnataka Assembly elections has had a mixed impact on unity efforts. Unity of opposition, those efforts have been going on, and the impact of recent elections, the result of the recent elections in Karnataka state, has had a mixed impact. This is in present perfect. That is an important pattern. Have had or has had, present perfect, had past perfect. A mixed impact on unity efforts. Mixed feelings, mixed impact means both positive and negative. Some regional parties, such as the Bharat Rashtra Samiti of Telangana, now feel more threatened by the Congress than by the BJP. More threatened by the Congress than by the BJP. This is also an important expression. Parties such as the Samajwad Party of Uttar Pradesh and Trinamool Congress of West Bengal want the Congress to vacate the field or play second fiddle. Play second fiddle, we have got many a time, an important idiom, means be subordinate to someone. If you take a movie, the hero plays a lead role. There is one person next to the hero. That person is called the second fiddle to the hero. Here, play second fiddle for the sake of a common candidate against the BJP in every constituency. So, some of the regional parties demanded the Congress party to do something. Do what? Either vacate the field completely or play second fiddle, not to take the prominent role, for the sake of a common candidate against the BJP in every constituency. And what is the demand of Janta Dal? Janta Dal United Chief and Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar, who is at the forefront of the unity effort. He took the lead. He is not at the peak of his popularity or credibility. Right now, he is not popular. He is not considered credible. The chemistry of any alliance is different from its arithmetic. Here, we have got many a time a group of countries, political parties coming together. for a common cause or they have common interest, they come together. The chemistry of any alliance is different from its arithmetic. The coming together of parties or leaders does not automatically, this is a subject over here, the coming together of parties or leaders, that is a phrase, does not automatically lead to their voters coming together. If parties come together, it doesn't mean that their voters also come together, as past experiences show. This is based on past experiences. If at all the uphill objective of a single joint candidate against the BJP is achieved, if at all, that is also an important expression one has to remember. But whenever you come across, if you have to think of conditionals, one conditional here it is in open conditional. If it is in is achieved present tense and will be no, that is in future, that means open conditional. If at all the uphill objective, I use quite often uphill task means difficult task. Here it means the same. The uphill objective of a single joint candidate against the BJP is achieved. That will be no guarantee of victory for the opposition. They may get a common candidate. It doesn't mean that they're going to get the victory. It is natural for parties to change their views over time. Everything is dynamic in the field of politics, and there's a popular saying, no permanent friends, no permanent enemies when it comes to politics. It is natural for parties to change their views over time, quite natural, but voters are smart enough to tell the opportunism from an evolution of positions. Evolution of positions for a good cause, people will accept, but opportunism, public may not accept. And there's one important expression over here. If you take the word enough, they have given many a time in different competitive exams. Enough can be an adjective, it can be an adverb. As an adjective, it is not important. As an adverb, it is important. He has enough money. Here it is an adjective, not important. But he is smart enough. It is big enough. It is large enough. Here it is an adverb. As an adverb, it comes after an adjective. Smart is an adjective. Here, enough is an adverb. This combination is very important from the exam point of view. And do remember intelligent enough, smart enough, rich enough, big enough. That you have to remember. People can easily make out that's what the sentence says. A stark case. Stark means without any decoration. We also use the word naked, bare. A stark case in point is of the Aam Aadmi Party, which rose to prominence, importance, by calling each of these opposition leaders names. To become prominent, to come to prominence, it called each of these opposition leaders names. It means it pointed out, but now seeks their support. In the past, it criticized, now it seeks their support to preserve its own power. This is nothing but opportunism. That's what the editorial says. There have to be some broad principles that tie parties of various ideological persuasions together, not the individual agenda or the individual objectives, broad principles that tie parties of various ideological persuasions together. Like what? Federalism and secularism can be principles that bind the opposition. These are very important. And here again, ops vacillations means to not to be stable are instructive. They may play a crucial role. Attempts to shield leaders credibly accused of corruption. Credibly accused of corruption means they are accused of corruption and that is credible. Attempts to shield, here it means protect. Attempts to shield leaders credibly accused of corruption in the name of secularism or federalism also may not go down well with the public. May not go down well, idiomatic expression means they may not take it positively, may not go down well with the public. While calling into question the BJP's excesses and its problematic agenda, the opposition parties must also introspect and take corrective measures to win public confidence. Opposition parties, to get power, they have to win public confidence. For that, one thing they have to question the BJP's excesses and its problematic agenda. That is one dimension. What is the other dimension? The opposition parties must also introspect to examine and consider your own ideas, thoughts, and feelings, and take corrective measures to win public confidence. Only then they can win public confidence. They must also anticipate. Must we have got many a time helping verb. They must also anticipate, guess, predict, multi-pronged, many dimensions, multi-pronged, an important expression, responses by the BJP in the months ahead. BJP will not keep quiet. It may come up with multi-pronged responses, multi-pronged approach, and they have to anticipate this and they have to behave or be ready accordingly by the BJP in the months ahead. This is also an important phrase. That's all about today's editorial. And let us go to questions based on today's editorial regarding comprehension skill. What is this editorial about? What has had a mixed impact on unity efforts in the context of the editorial? Whatever you see in red keywords, all that you have to do, take those keywords, look for those keywords in the editorial, and you find the answer, but you have to rephrase when you write the answer. Who feels more threatened by the Congress than by the BJP? Who wants the Congress to vacate the field or play second fiddle for the sake of a common candidate against the BJP? What may not go down well, an important expression, with the public? That's all about this editorial. And now let us go to words you got on Saturday and the meanings. Today, no practice questions. Uh, Tomorrow, you're going to get. For today, only the editorial analysis and recollection of the meanings of the words you got on Saturday. Please try to respond, write the part of speech, write the meaning. Warm, warm, excuse me. Warm part of speech adjective. What does it mean? Ajay and other students also, please don't write the answers here in a hasty manner. What I suggest, after the session, you go to the editorial and write the answers or the synopsis of the editorial. That will help you. Still not well, Nagesh. A bad throat, sore throat. No problem. I have done it. Now the last slide. All that you have to do, write the part of speech and meaning. Adjective: warm, friendly and loving, affectionate also. Yes. Warm welcome. A red carpet welcome means grand welcome. Votary, noun, singular. Votaries, plural. A person who strongly supports particular thing or person. You can also recollect the word advocate. Advocate. Accord a formal official agreement. Wonderful. Part of speech, noun. It can be a verb, it can be a noun, but based on the editorial as a noun, official agreement. I appreciate that, Ajay. You can write here, but it's always better if you write properly with proper subject and proper framework in a separate notebook or somewhere. That is objective. That will help in the long run. Trailblazing, part of speech adjective. Trailblazing efforts, trailblazing work, vociferous, very good. Advocate, Tirupati Rao, wonderful. Staunch supporter, another word you have to recollect. Person who does something for the first time and becomes a role model or sets an example for others, be the example for someone. Unprecedented, we have got so many times. Part of speech, adjective. Catapult to throw something or someone with great force. Yes. Go to a higher level all of a sudden. Part of speech, verb. It can be a noun, both. But based on the editorial, used as a verb. Unprecedented, never seen before, never happened before. Uber, we have got for the first time, it is a prefix. Do remember. What is it? It's a prefix. What does it mean as a prefix? Oh, you guys are still with the fifth and sixth. Slingshot. Yes, Nagesh. Very good. Extreme. What is the meaning of the word extreme or extremely successful or good? Yes, extremely good. Tripura Sundari. Discrimination, obviously, discriminate verb, discrimination noun means what? You don't have to write the exact meaning. If you remember, wonderful. But always try to come up with the key words and possible synonyms. Extremely successful or extremely good. No one has answered eighth one. Discrimination. Prejudice, bias, one-sided, yes. That is a meaning. And dissent, it goes with polity, an important word. There is a dissent, there was a dissent. Not exactly suppress. Dissent means opposition to official policies or principles or actions. A group of people oppose the official policies, then we use a term, there is a dissent. Who is this Nagesh? Kauravas discriminated Pandavas. Discord, part of speech, noun. Two important idioms you have to recollect. Discord means what? A dispute, disagreement. Yes. Diffident, not confident. Opposite of not confident. Confidence, opposite diffidence. Confident, opposite diffident. Misgivings, disagree, bone of contention. Yes, Rajkumar. And also apple of discord, bone of contention, apple of discord. Two important idioms you have to recollect. The last one, misgivings. Yes, feeling of doubt or worry about a future event or about future. You can also think of the word apprehension. Apprehension also means a feeling of uneasiness or fear about what is going to happen in future. That's all for today. I hope you guys have got enriched, at least from the editorial point of view. You got some important words and questions to enhance your reading comprehension skill. Have a nice day. I will see you guys most probably this evening at 7:30. Thank you. Do remember to subscribe and share.